Hello and welcome back to the Console Xplosion Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm the Historic Nerd and I'm here to guide you through the last week in internet gaming news. So, the PlayStation experience has come and gone. And with it, we're left with the news of backwards compatibility, a bunch of world premieres, and information about the VR system they're trying to push forward for the PlayStation 4. And also from the PlayStation experience, we have word of Final Fantasy VII being an episodic adventure. A lot of fanboys and girls were kind of pretty much angered by this release notion. And also, if you want to see members of Console Xplosion get heated arguments about it, you can come and see our podcast where we kind of complain at each other for the better part of an hour about it. And I have to say, it's pretty fun content to listen to. And also happening last week, we have news coming out of Capcom regarding the infamous censorship of the ass slap that the character from Street Fighter V does. And apparently this decision was based on an internal decision from Capcom to try and make the game more marketable to more audiences, and kind of expand it to everybody and let them play, and try and avoid being offensive to people. Which can be kind of a smart marketing move, but it kind of angered a lot of people who were big fans of the series. Personally, with me, I don't really care, but it's news to some people, and really, honestly enough, kind of a sensitive issue for some folks. So, yeah, that's something. But also, moving on, we had the release of the new X-Men trailer, with the kind of grand reveal of Apocalypse, kind of explaining his backstory and like what he is and what he's from. But to me, he still just looks like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers. But also, speaking of trailers, we have information about the next Independence Day trailer coming out. It's been released that it's actually going to be on the Force Awakens premiere trailers. So that'll be a pretty exciting thing to see how they're going to take Independence Day and expand it into a whole new sequel that I've kind of been waiting for since I was a wee lad. I'm not quite sure how old I was when that came out. But then after that, you have that trailer coming out, but also something I'm extremely excited about that's not movie related, but it's going to be System Shock 3, a game that I've been waiting almost 20 years to play. System Shock 2 was so much fun to me in the sense that it scared the crap out of me so badly. I actually turned my computer off midway playing because I was just so frightened as a young man. Don't know why. That game just struck an amazing nerve with me. The atmosphere and the way they did it was fantastic. And System Shock 3, it's half as good as that. I'm going to be just really happy and beside myself while playing that, being terrified. But also, something else was released last week that kind of bothers me to my core. You have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer coming out. And oh my god. Okay, let's just do something where I put like an editor's rant or something here. Okay, so let's talk about this. What I hate about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the sense that, what was wrong with how they looked from the early 90s? What was wrong with that? They looked awesome. The Jim Henson Creature Shop did a fantastic job bringing those characters to life. And they looked great. And they felt real. But this new one, the way these characters look, they look like something out of nightmares has come to do things. And it's like, they weren't, and not to mention, like, Ninja Turtles weren't tall, terrifying, imposing creatures. They were kind of actually below average, and that was what made it really interesting. And that was a part of the great story on it. And this trailer is just, the whole new movies are just garbage to me. And this new movie, yeah, they're bringing back Bebop and Rocksteady, and they look decent. I'll give them that. They actually look kind of like the characters from the cartoon and comic. So that's a really big surprise, given the direction they've gone with it. And also, they're just kind of throwing everything in the kitchen sink in this freaking movie, because they have that portal coming from space, which I can only assume is Krang, and the gigantic dome destruction tank. So that would be fun, but I mean, they're going to give away everything they have in this story, and it's going to be really... even then, it was kind of... The first one was so boring with the way they were doing that. And, why did the third one, where they went back in time, have to be such garbage? Why? There could have been more good ones in the 90s, but they chose this route instead, and it's just sad. Okay, that's over. But moving on. So, that's kind of the weekly wrap-up for this week of things that were notable for the Console Xplosion. But if you have any more news needs or anything like that, feel free to check out theconsolexplosion.com, visit us for more news and gaming-related material, and also a bunch of reviews that we do regularly. So, thanks for dropping by. Hope you had a good time watching the weekly wrap-up.